Hi, welcome to Rear Facing Toddlers. I got a message a couple of days ago from a lady who asked me how to install the BeSafe iZi Plus, and it occurred to me that I've never actually made a video of that car seat. It's a car seat that's been around for a couple of years. It's still available and it's missing from my list, so here it is. As with all car seats up to 25 kilos, before the seat can be installed, the tether straps have to be attached to the front seat's runner rails. And I've already moved the front seat forward to make the rails easier to get to, so I'm going to attach the straps first. These straps have a loop at one end, so this end doesn't have a loop and that one does. It's the loopy end that has to go under the rail. The runner rails will vary from car to car, and in my car they happen to be quite low down in like a dip in the carpet, but it is possible to push them through. So you just go here, a little bit further towards the front. It's usually easier than it is closer to the back, so you can already see it coming up here. So now I'm just going to pull it through, then take the buckle and pass it through that loop, and then pull the loop back on itself so the loop ends up under the rail or close to it, and then you can pull it really tight. And that's the other one. I've just pushed it through underneath the rail, and now I'm pulling it, passing the buckle through the loop and then pulling it tight, and that's it. So now I've got two tether straps attached to the front seat's runner rails, and I'm ready to install the seat. So before the seat can be installed, the leg has to be folded down. The leg is still up at the moment, so I'm just going to place it in the car because that makes it a bit easier. You simply just fold the leg down, and it needs to be pulled down. It's spring loaded, so if you don't pull it, it gets stuck here. So you need to pull it down and then it will come all the way down. The iZi Plus has a foot brace that needs to be attached to the front of the seat, and before I do that, I just want to show you the mechanism for moving that brace in and out, because there's a very tiny little switch on there that would be impossible to see once I'm doing the installation. So I'm just going to zoom in on that bit to show you how that works. So this bar is now quite far out. Before you install the seat, the bar has to go all the way in, and you do that by pulling this handle and ratcheting it. It's now moving forward. To change the direction, you still move the ratchet in the same way, but there is a tiny little pin on here that you need to flick to the opposite side. So it's got two bits. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Two bits, one sticks out here, one sticks out here. You put your finger and your thumb, you can flick them up and down. So you flick it one way and it comes out, and then you flick it the other way and it goes back in. So now when I move the ratchet, it's still coming out. So now I'm going to flick that pin the opposite way, and then when I ratchet, it goes back in. You go all the way back in, as far as it will go. You can actually make it a little bit longer if you want increased leg room, but I prefer to just start it at the shortest setting. If you do want to make it a bit longer before you start the installation to maximize leg room, you do need to make sure that you don't fully extend it, because you need a little bit of space to move it out to tighten up the seatbelt at the end. But yeah, I just prefer to start off at the shortest setting. So now that I've shortened that bar, I'm just going to put the foot brace in. So these two pins go in there, you push it all the way in, and that locks it into place. You now place the seat in the car with the foot brace touching the back of the vehicle seat, and then the first thing is the seat belt. Pull out the seat belt, double it up and make sure it's all really flat. Make sure you have enough length, and then pass the belts under this horn like this. The belt then goes through the hook on the foot brace and around the horn on the other side, and then buckles in. Nope, that's the wrong way around. Buckles in like that. Then pull as much slack as you can out of the seatbelt. I like to always rest on the car seat, push it down into the car, pull the belt, hold that tension, and then pull the belt all the way through, bit by bit, so you've removed as much slack as you possibly can. And then you need to ratchet this lever to extend the bar there at the bottom, and that will push the foot brace right into the car and pull all the slack out of the seatbelt. So you go like this. So now that's the wrong setting, so I'm going to flick that over so that it goes longer. Go. And just keep going as tight as you can. Don't over tighten it because you could break the ratchet. I think this is probably tight enough. So the belt's now really, really secure. This is nice and tight here. And now the seat belt needs to be locked. There is a little clip attached with a strap to the foot brace. You open that clip and pass it around the seat belt and close it like that. And slide it along as far as it will go. And the next step is the tether straps. On the back of the car seat, there are these buckle tongues on straps, and they attach to the buckle on the end of the strap. So you just click that in and then pull the strap tight. So that's the first one. I always do the one in the middle of the car first, because if you do the one nearest to the door first, it's impossible to reach round and get to the other one because the first one is in the way. So I'm going to do that one now. So that just clicks into there and then pulls tight. You may want to pull it really, really tight just by forcing it down like this. And I'm just going to climb into the front seat so that I can pull the other tether strap tight, because I can't reach it from this side. So I need to reach through the two front seats to be able to tighten that strap. So I'm just pulling this strap now from the middle. Make it as tight as it can go. Pull out all the slack until it's nice and secure. And then the final step is to drop the support leg down to the floor. So you go down here, you press the top of this button. When you press it, the leg drops down. And as you can see, the indicators are grey when it's not in contact with the floor, and when it's pushed down properly, they go green. So you need to make sure that they go green and that the leg pops out. Now there is also a side impact protection block that is supposed to attach to the side of the seat, and I'm going to honestly admit that I've left that in my garage, which is a few streets away, so I'm not going to go and get it, so you'll just have to do that yourself. But this is the main installation of the BeSafe iZi Plus. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.